Phenomenal day. It is presently July 13th, 2026, and I am, whether you know it not or yet, your favorite reader's favorite reader, the Oracle Empress. And I'm not sure if I've ever done a live reading on this channel. Um, I used to say this was my backup channel. Um, it was formerly titled Organized Goddess. And a while back, I evolved the title to Oracle Empress, but my main YouTube channel is Experience Black TV. Now, I have more than one business, and Experience Black is my business and brand focusing on natural health and beauty. And I provide natural hair care and styling services. Um, I have an online boutique. I make custom wigs, a lot of exciting things that I've been doing for over 2 decades that I highly enjoy doing. But I do have a spiritual gift, a few of them. And the divine has told me that it's time for me to stop, you know, running and actually do the work that I'm here to do. There are a plethora of readers out here, so I didn't think that my little wisdom or insight, you know, was as necessary as I've been shown here more recently that it is. So, with that being said, I recently relocated to a new state and I am still transitioning. I still have some unpacking to do and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not going to go overboard in this intro, but my cards were one of the first things that got unpacked. And I am going to go ahead and see what the energy has for us, okay? All right. So thank you, Divine Source, for clear and direct messages, insight, and guidance to support us in this energy. All right, so it's a cloudy day outside, and we have a cloud here with a rainbow. Okay, is what landed on top, and that was a dice that I got in a Chick-fil-A kids meal years ago. I'm not promoting Chick-fil-A either, but that's where that came from, and I've kept it, and I had it, on top of my Egyptian tarot deck here, which is on the top of the stack. Um, I want to do intuitive messages today, so let's see. Let's see where are we going with this. Let's start with our. Since I did a line and flow session yesterday, we're going to start out with our chakra alignment deck, which is one of the more lighter, energies. Okay. Yeah. So I shared that on Facebook, on my Experience Black TV YouTube channel, on TikTok, and Instagram. Okay. So you'll be able to find that Align and Flow session. It was titled something about self-loving self-care Sunday, which I was well overdue for. And I'm so grateful that, I was able to do that this weekend, leading into yesterday, Sunday. All right, we have the root chakra, family, familia, number cinco, number 5. All right, I don't know why they put monkeys here to represent family, but I'm getting bloodline, okay? So I'm getting bloodline business. Okay. All right. Number 34, which is universal light. Where did I just hear something about the universe today? I was listening to something. Um, okay, it was a new reader that popped up on my timeline, and I don't really like check out a lot of new readers and stuff like that, but the title of the message spoke to me, and so did her message. I didn't finish it yet, but she's definitely talking about, this type of energy. So this is our solar plexus chakra with our root chakra here. I'm seeing 534, okay, 345. I'm hearing soul family, divine tribe, okay, collective consciousness. It's so funny because I forgot what apartment living was like. And, I'm usually not in the middle if I was in an apartment. So I've been having to adjust to hear the marching band that's above me. And it feels like since I sat down and started this, it's been more amplified than usual. So I'm just taking mental note. Very fascinating. But I noticed also on the ceiling above me, it looks like somebody may have been, the previous neighbor might have been taking a broom or something like that and doing one of these numbers. So yeah, the marching band isn't new. And I'm being sarcastic when I say marching band. Let's get one more. All right, and another um, solar plexus chakra. We have more healing here, soul healing, number 35. So there's growth here, there's progression, 34, 35, which also sums to 7 and 8. Okay, so 5, 7, 8. And we have on the bottom of the deck relationships, number 12, which is our sacral chakra, and sums to 3. As within, so without, as above, so below. Okay, so as we become more aware, more enlightened, you know, more confident in who we are, um, and that which we come from, the light, the source, the energy, the divine, okay? Um, our ancestral lineage, I'm hearing, okay? The more we are and align with that truth, we find ourselves embodying more higher self esteem, self respect, self awareness. Um, I'm hearing willpower. Okay. It helps with our willpower. Because when we're not in denial of um, the limitations that have been intentionally, put on us or embedded in our mind, our mindset, as we heal from that, we're able to be more, become more, do more, have more, experience more, heal ourselves, okay, and heal our bloodline, our lineage, okay, our relationships. That's what I'm getting here. Let me get some soul lessons. I feel like I may be talking to like Reiki healers, energy healers, shamans, people who work with the light and use their gifts for good, for service. Okay, they have trust in the divine and the divine within them. And that trust may have been established from life experience, where it's undeniable of who the divine, who source is, who God is. We got gratitude right there. Okay. All right. So we have failure and death. Okay. The affirmation for failure is I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, and death is I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So I could be potentially talking to someone who, with family here and relationships, may have recently walked away from some sort of connections. I'm hearing potentially this could be on a personal level, as far as like a marriage or some sort of commitment. This could also, I said, family business or whatever. So this could be business um, a business that may have failed here, that didn't work out, and I'm hearing division of assets or something like that. Um, I'm also hearing with death here and family, and recognizing that, when something doesn't work out, it could be a multitude of reasons why. And, failure is a mindset thing. Okay. Failing at something where it didn't work out, it could be it wasn't timing, you know, maybe you or whoever the parties were that were a part of something hadn't done the work, internally to become who they needed to become, to create, sustain, maintain, whatever, whether that's family, relationship, a commitment, or a business opportunity, or, something along those lines. So that could be the reason for the need for some sort of soul cleansing and healing work. Okay. It's not here yet, but I'm hearing forgiveness work. forgiving yourself, forgiving anyone else. I'm hearing that with this failure and the death, there could have been an ego death, okay, where someone was excluding the divine, the Most High God, the Creator, the light, the source out of the equation, okay, and subsequently things didn't work out the way that they could have and should have. Look at that. We have success here on the other side. So we have failure and death. And then to clarify universal light, we have success. So that further clarifies what I just said. When you edge God out, you know, you're operating from a place of ego, then, you make the unfortunate mistake of thinking that you know it all and you have all the answers and, you know, you're the ultimate decision maker in any given situation. And the divine has very fascinating ways of humbling us when that is needed. Okay. So the affirmation for success is I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Okay. So doing something with purpose, with, you know, intention, good intentions. I'm hearing good motives. Um, Doing something that is bigger than you, that's greater than, you know, greater than yourself, okay? Something that puts the collective consciousness into consideration. I'm hearing conscious consumerism is something that I was recently talking about. Um, but there's also a series that I took interest in years ago. It was called The Conscious Millionaires, which is, people who were intentional, career focused, business minded entrepreneurs and so forth that had a desire to not just build and create, a business or a product or service or, do amazing things, but to do it with, the intent of making a difference, adding value. Okay. So that could have been the past tense where someone had to separate themselves, or walk away from, it could have been family relationships, and on any level. Okay. It could be someone needing to leave the nest. It's time to, separate from that safety net. Okay. Leaving home, where you're from, where you've been all your life, where people know you, and, um, you know, seeing what the world has to offer elsewhere. And like I said, a relationship, a commitment, a marriage, that has run its course. Somebody made the decision to learn the lessons that it needed to learn and walk away and let go. There could have been some sort of, with failure, could have been some sort of betrayal or deceit or hurt or something like that. Or it could just simply be, people outgrowing one another and deciding that they want different things in life and they have different paths that they want to explore that they can't do together in a healthy and responsible manner. So, with that, with the present energy of, universal light and success, the decision is going to allow for either one or multiple parties to um, gain new insight, new wisdom, um, embody new energy, okay, that is going to be success based. It's going to be supportive of, one's personal growth and development, I'm hearing, and evolution. And if usually, when there's any type of separation, division, parting ways, um, there could be like a grief period or um, a period of needing to heal, okay? Whether that be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, all the above, okay? But someone's going to have the opportunity to do that, I'm hearing. That is being supported. All right, let's get one more soul journey card to clarify soul healing. But knowing when the time is up and having the courage and the strength to walk away is important, because the longer we hold on to, I was about to say this, and it came right out, and it also matches, the colors here to double confirm it. Okay, with the purple with worry, the background, the crown, the third eye, and then we have the light, the yellow with denial here, the orange, which is the solar plexus and sacral chakra energy. Okay, so the longer we hold on to situations that aren't healthy, okay, we're in denial, we're worrying, we're stressing, okay, there's going to be a need at some point to do some sort of soul healing, to do some sort of restoration work, okay, as within, so without, because if we're hurt or dealing with managing disappointment and grief internally, that's going to reflect externally. And it's going to hinder, look at that, what was underneath that? Okay, underneath relationships, we have love. So I didn't see this, heart chakra healing underneath relationships, but whether it is a relationship with another person, okay, a counterpart, a divine counterpart, a desire to be in a commitment, a union, a marriage, or to just be able to be with your family, your loved ones, your actual, bloodline, okay? If you're not healed, if you're not, happy and healthy in that way, then there's going to be misfortune, understandings, confusion, um, lack of peace, just different things to manage. So I'm not going to say the quicker, but the more intentional we are with doing that healing work, okay, letting go of the worries and the denials, the things that, we overlooked, or let me read the affirmations really quick. For worry, we have, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And for denial, the affirmation is, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So again, the things that we may have overlooked, or the things that we have gave more attention than it deserved, without taking action, without making a decision to let go. Okay. So as we do that, we're able to be healthier, mind, body, and spirit, and able to mirror, you know, that healing, that health, that love, that light, and have better relationships with others because we have better relationship with ourselves. Okay. And look at this. We have honesty on the bottom of the deck. Okay. And the affirmation for honesty is I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I definitely started out saying how, there's possible, could have been some sort of betrayal type of energy with this family or relationship dynamic, um, that caused things to end or caused an ending. And my advice in that situation is always going to be to appreciate the experience, and recognize how, those misfortunes actually teach us how to be more discerning, how to be more conscious, aware, and protective of our energy. It helps us to not align with or stay in alignment with or connected to people who don't truly care about us and have our best interests at heart. Okay, so that's the accountability piece in the evolution process. Okay, so because we have limited time here, I'm going to go ahead and get into the tarot really quick, and then close out with the oracle message. For that Justice and Five of Pentacles, I'm seeing someone is being vindicated. Some sort of truth has come to light, okay, that can't be denied. And subsequently, someone's going to receive, some sort of due blessings. Okay, so there may have been some sort of misfortune, um, and there's been some sort of change or move that had to transpire. We got a King of Wands here, fire sign energy, so some sort of action, some sort of movement was required for someone to move in alignment with success and their divine purpose, and also more fruitful relationships. We got the Emperor with the King of Wands. This is double Aries, but it could also, I'm picking up a masculine, could be any sign, but Leo and Sagittarius also, okay, but double Aries for sure. So yeah, very fascinating. Someone has taken back their power. Someone has learned how to protect themselves and protect their energy. Someone has gained some sort of stability, support, um, divine protection that may have always been there, but they're more conscious and aware of it now. Okay. And then look at here, we got the Nine of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. So we have some counterpart energy here. So this is a match for the Emperor with the King of Wands. This is the feminine energy that is very confident, that has been doing some soul healing work, has been becoming comfortable and confident with their lights, their inner light. and exuding that, okay, with confidence. They are creating, co-creating, um, healing themselves and those that they come into contact with, okay, and healing them in the sense of helping them to be and become more confident, you know, stronger, um, more creative, more resourceful, um, just more aware of the truth of who they are. Okay. And they may have a business or be a business owner or someone that I'm getting potentially a healer. This could also be someone who is is or understands stability and security, self-worth and value. Um, they receive in accordance to their own hard work and effort and energy. They're not someone who, has any interest in taking anything away from, anyone. They are about earning their keeps, okay? And they're also a good steward of their keeps as well, okay? So if we're looking at soulmates and twin flames, that's the divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Two people who are sitting on their thrones. They could be, in union, connected together, but they could also be um, doing the internal work to get there. I'm hearing that's what these endings were about. Okay, they had to free themselves from King of Wands came back out, flip right over. Okay, this is definitely the King of Wands had to walk away from, some toxic, unfruitful, unsupportive, unreliable energy. Okay, people, places, opportunities. Okay, and we have the star here. Okay, so the King of Wands could be the star, or the star could be someone that is in his energy that he could be, responsible for. That could have been an energy that he had to, separate and depart from, walk away from. It was a toxic, unhealthy relationship, I'm hearing. You got the Hierophant here. Okay, so with success, um, I'm hearing with the walking away, there's going to be an immediate energy shift, okay, where, you know, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, masculine, could be stepping into some sort of position of power. Okay, this could be something like a priest, someone maybe in politics or um, a religious leader of some sort. I'm definitely picking like a leader, a community advisor, just someone with heavyweight, someone who is going to be trusted with, you know, a lot of resources, a lot of people, a lot of people are going to look to and trust this person for guidance, instruction, direction. Okay. I'm hearing the work that was needed to be done. to support um, a successful progression forward movement. It's been done. It's time. The Hermit. So, there's been, some preparation. The Hermit has his lamp. He's been definitely going within, looking within, gaining greater insight and wisdom straight from the divine. So this is someone who has a very important prayer life. They take that part of their life very serious, okay? Which is what helps them qualify them for this position here, this position of leadership. I'm hearing they know God's voice, okay? I heard Allah more specifically. And I'm saying that because of the robes, okay? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. So there's someone here that has done some inner child healing that has produced a higher level of awareness of their gifts. Okay. Okay, we got the Justice here. This could be Libra. This could also be the counterpart of the Hierophant, I'm hearing. They have a gift to offer. I don't know if it's someone or the world, I'm hearing. Okay. This could be someone who is skilled in divination. I'm hearing someone who wasn't confident in their gifts, their talents, their purpose, their mission. But through doing the soul healing work, that's shifting, that's changing. I'm also hearing if there was someone, because the star and this pinnacle, if this is the same energy and there's been any type of manipulation, spell work, or any kind of craziness like that, that is being stopped and reversed. Okay, so what's that? Return to sender. And that's the truth. And we're gonna stop it right here because the Emperor showed back up at the bottom of the deck with the King of Wands, which were the first two where we started. Okay, so yeah, with the Four of Swords, under the soul healing, this is where that recalibrating, recuperating, regenerating, restoration work has been done, you know, when no one was looking, okay? Whoever needed to do that work has done it. And subsequently, whatever type of curses or um, like ill will that has been projected, um, all that type of stuff, it has been canceled. I'm here in Control Alt Delete, and someone is now able to show up in their energy. They're able to, we got 30 naked mommy water here. Then we got 33 personal power, self empowerment on the bottom of the deck, the black card. Okay. Yeah. Someone's been doing some sort of meditation work, some cleansing. I'm hearing some spiritual baths, okay? Some sea salt, Epsom salt, maybe. Um, maybe like some herbal cleanses, detoxing. You know, there's been some intentional healing work, resting, most importantly here, okay? Resting their mind, their body, you know, allowing God to speak to them, okay? With doing that work, someone's gotten some revelations, some clarity, some instruction, some insight, and a confidence boost, some some strength. Okay. All right. So we have clearing karma with the Nirvana quartz, number 32, which sums to 5. So that's change here. Okay. Fifth dimensional activation. So with universal light. Okay. So we got clearing karma. That's clearing family karma. This is fifth dimensional activation. This is, you know, activation of the third eye, um, embracing the shadow love. You definitely had an ego death, okay? From the King of Wands to become the Emperor, there was some sort of ego death. And look at that, we have one love, unconditional love here. Okay, so someone has done the work to heal their bloodline for sure. It required an ego death for growth and evolution. And now we got pay yourself first, okay? So with the success, the new success that is coming in, there's a message here to make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and future. Okay. So that might be a mindset shift I'm hearing for someone. And getting someone that may have been like an overgiver or, you know, sewing and giving to people in situations that I'm not going to say they shouldn't have, but um, they weren't being a good steward of their resources because they weren't seeing the return that they should be, the return on investments that they should have and could have. Okay. So knowing how to say no, I don't have it, or I don't have it available to give, being that kind of honest might be necessary. You have partnership here. Okay. So I'm hearing a successful partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Okay. So that was that ego death. Someone is now ready for a union, coming together with, you know, either their divine counterpart, who could be the person who, they have a romantic and loving, high vibrational, healthy commitment with, but they also, grow, do business, build empires, and build a legacy with. Okay. Oh, and this is our final card, that God is your source. Okay. So this is energy that is really, I'm hearing the masculine is a highly skilled at praying, okay, communicating with the divine God, and the feminine, is gets the messages, gets the insight, gets the guidance, gets the wisdom. She's a channel for that, okay, and that's what makes these two a great partner, or it's a healthy partnership because one has what the other needs, what one may be stronger in, the other, they complement one another in their divine connection. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. And we have savings on the bottom of the deck. All right, so that is our divine guidance for this beautiful July 13th, 2026. And I have to get ready for class and get some food and all that type of stuff. So I hope you found value in this message. If so, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Follow me on the platforms. You can find my link tree, nickname the Master Key, in the description box of all of my videos, which will take you to the different pages um, within the websites, the system, just everything that is, present and relevant at the time. All right. Thank you for your love and support. Till next time. Peace and love.